Alright, someone asked me to make a video on self-concept. Sorry I always look like crap when I make these fucking videos, dude. I've been a stay-at-home mom for like 4 years, and I just started working too, and I'm just like exhausted trying to keep up on the house and like everything. Anyways, self-concept is, so it's how you view yourself, and it's like therapists and psychologists both talk about this. Like, I've had therapists talk about like your concept of self, and they help you dig to like the core of the problem. And that's actually, it's good if you've been through some like really traumatic shit, because like, you know, if you're trying to manifest something and you've been through a lot of shit, your body and your mind together, like, they make it a little bit difficult, because it's almost like your body is scared to be that person, right? Because it doesn't feel safe, right? And if you've been in traumatic situations, like, sometimes it doesn't feel safe to be that person or do that specific thing, right? And this is why I do love Dylan James, because he talks about like regulating your nervous system. So if you've had a hard time and you've done a lot of affirmations, or you've like really tried to embody being that person, and it just hasn't been working for you, or you get a lot of anxiety when you do it, it's probably because you have been through something pretty traumatic, or like, so I think and your ego kind of is like, what the fuck, like, oh, why are you doing this? I don't want to be this person. This is scary. And like, it freaks out. And I believe, I don't even, like, you can assign a better meaning to this, but I think that's why sometimes you get bad results, because like you're not really soothing your like that wounded child, you know what I mean? You're not like, you're just like ignoring it. Like, you know, you hear things like, or you feel stuff in your body, and that's kind of like a signal that like, you know, it's like letting you know something's wrong. And if you're just ignoring it and affirming over it, like it feels like a little baby crying, right? It's like, when you're just like ignoring it and telling it to shut up. Like, it's like, I don't really like that, because that's like a part of you, right? That's like a part of your body, and you're just like ignoring yourself because you want something so bad, you know? And it's, I don't know. I just don't really think you should do that. I feel like if you have anxiety, or there's something coming up when you're affirming, or when you're declaring that you're someone, you should listen to it and really like I said, self-soothe, put your hand over your heart and just like ask it, what's going on? Why is this bothering? What is scary about this? And you'll get like the answers too. Cause like I did this yesterday, I started getting anxiety, and I would show up as God, and I'd be like, you know, I'm getting this fucking shit. And then like, you know, I'd had these thoughts, and like, sure enough, I fucking started believing them. I started getting the anxiety, and I was like, okay, wait a minute. What about this is making me feel like I can't have this? Because that's my biggest one, is I feel like my higher self is like making me do or be something I don't want to, because my higher self might think it's better for me, you know what I mean? And I'm like, no, I want what I want, and I'm getting what I want. But then I have a lot of like, you know, pushback, and it's like, you know, I just because I don't see movement in my 3D, right? I don't want to say I don't see movement. I always see movement, but because I'm not seeing like what I want to see right this second, my mind is trying to make me believe that that means it's not happening for me. And so because I'm not seeing it, it's triggering something in me to believe that I can't have it, that I'm not going to have it. So when I get the anxiety, I have to ask myself, I'm like, okay, what is this about this that, you know, I'm fearing? Because like, if you get anxiety, it's that you don't feel safe or whatever. And I got this yesterday because I was like, because my boyfriend that I have right now, he was like in a bad mood, which you can change their moods too. I've done this before, but it's like you forget all the fucking time who you really are. Hold on, baby. You really do. You forget all the fucking time, but you just have to like consciously keep reminding yourself of who you are, like over and over and over. And you know, it's funny because like I've been talking about the instant manifestation with a lot of like different coaches and stuff, and like, you know, they all kind of are like, oh, well, if you don't see it out there, then it's like they're saying movement is instant. And I'm like, why are we saying that like instant manifestation can't be possible? Like I think that's like a limiting belief of a lot of people, is that like we really believe that that's not a thing that can happen, but it's like we do it all the fucking time, right? Like I've changed people's fucking moods like that just by switching like the way I was seeing it in my mind, and then when I saw it in the 3D, the way I saw it in 3D started changing. But I had a story in my mind of how it was. Like right now, like I feel like my boyfriend's mad at me, but if I just switched the story in my mind, I could see him switch out there, you know? So it's like, if we can do that instantly, why couldn't we do anything else? Why? If we can change our beliefs instantly, then why wouldn't we be able to manifest instantly? That it doesn't make sense. I'm really gonna crack the code on this one. I'm going to figure out how to instantly manifest and see shit in your 3D, like, because there's no fucking reason we should wait. You know what I mean? And I think the unfolding is also a limiting belief, because who we really are when we're just our God selves, like, we manifest like that. If we say something's in front of us, it's in front of us. So I know that it can be done. I think that you know, there's an unfolding, there's like this, that, and the other, and you know, the bridge of incidents. Those are all kind of limiting beliefs too, right? I mean, it's kind of fun to like go through the unfolding, but it's like I said yesterday, is like, why would anybody want to have what they want later? Because like I said, I'm experiencing a manifestation that I wanted like a couple years ago, and now I'm like, I don't want it now. I wanted to like have me and my boyfriend work together as a team and make money together and pay for the bills, and I'm like, I don't want this now. I'm like, I just want to fucking have money and go fucking travel. So I will crack the code on instant manifestation, but and when I do, I will let you know, because like I'm a limitless manifester, right? Like, I don't think that there has to be a bridge of incidents. I don't think there has to be an unfolding. I think if you want something, like, I mean, of course, like, if I was to, I mean, I could say, like, I want, you know, $500,000 here right now. Like, and that could happen. I think it would be a little weird, though. Like, I would probably be a little spooked if, like, but you know, I've read that people say like, no, if my SP was in my bed, I just woke up and he was there, I'd be so happy. So I don't know. I'm sure you could do it, but like that, but I don't know. That would be kind of weird for our little human minds to like comprehend. And if we told other people would probably think we're crazy. So, but if I instantly, like, if I wanted $500,000, it's like I would go check my bank account and it would be in there type shit. I want to get to that fucking level, because like I'm still hearing all these coaches say there's an unfolding and there's a, you know, bridge over incidents, and I don't buy it. I don't think so. I think because people keep saying that that's how it has to happen is why that keeps happening, and why people believe that that's going to happen. So, you know, I want to break down all the limiting beliefs, like, because I know I still have some, but actually, no, I don't have any limiting beliefs, bro. All the answers are coming to me right now. Okay, but self-concept. Anyways, this is like, it's just like your beliefs are creating your thoughts, right? And so these thoughts are coming up, and the idea is not to believe those thoughts, right? Because they're not true, but you keep believing in those thoughts instead of believing in your I am, your little ball of light, your awareness, right? You're believing in those and putting your trust in those instead of who you really are, right? And I know that's hard because you get the beliefs, or you have the beliefs up there that I'm not good enough, right? Then you get the thoughts that are coming in, like, you know, there's someone better, like I need to change this, that, and the other about me. And then when you start like fucking dwelling in those thoughts long enough, you start really believing it and you're putting your trust in those, thinking that those are real. And that's when you start getting the feelings, right? And like I said, that's when you need to really look, because that means you've been believing and dwelling and ruminating in those thoughts way too long, that you started believing it, and then you got the anxiety, right? So as soon as you feel the anxiety, that's when you need to like take a step back, take a fucking deep breath, and be like, what am I believing right now? Okay? And then like, oh, you're not good enough. And then you say, okay, well, why? Why am I not good enough? And for me, I'd probably be like, oh, your skin's not good enough. Like, you don't get up and do your hair. But it's like, would you tell a little kid that? Like, you don't do your hair, so you're not good enough. You don't fucking wear makeup every day, so you're not good enough. You're ugly. Like, would you really tell a little kid that? Like, this guy's not gonna pick you because you're ugly. Like, no. You know what I mean? So if you wouldn't tell a little kid that, why would you tell yourself that? You wouldn't. You would say, you know what? No, you're an amazing little girl. You're an amazing little boy. And that, it like literally is kind of like your little child in there that never was self-soothed. Nobody, you know, like made them feel like they were good enough, and they got these beliefs because they believed. So like if you're like, for my mom, like she wasn't 100% present, and I got the belief that like, you know, I'm not a priority, people don't, I'm a burden, you know, so I got that belief or whatever. And you know, it had nothing to do with that, honestly. It wasn't, I think my mom was just young and struggling and didn't know how to fucking handle a kid. My mom was like 19 when she had me, and she like pawned me off my grandma sometimes. And so it appeared to me that I wasn't good enough. That's the belief that I adopted from that, but I don't need to believe that anymore. And the moment you put your awareness on it and be like, I'm not that anymore, I don't have to be that. And the more you just say, I'm not that person anymore, even if you get the feelings and stuff, the feelings will go away. The mind, if you keep just like, you know, when you start feeling that and say, I'm not that version anymore, I don't need to believe this anymore, and you really self-soothe. That's like what I want to stress the most is like self-soothing, because you're taking care of your little kid that's in there. So I want you to really just like ask yourself these questions, like, what am I feeling right now? Why am I feeling this? Is this true? Like, what evidence do I have that this is true? Why do I believe that this is true? And, you know, like, I'll be like, I don't feel like I'm a priority because, you know, my boyfriend's playing video games all the time. And then I'm like, okay, well, is this true? Is it true that I'm not a priority? And it's not. It's, you know, you can assume it to be that way. But instead of assuming it to be that way, don't make it about you. Don't make it about you. Make it about something else. Because the more you make it about something else, then you're not attaching the identity of someone that isn't prioritized. And then that will be reflected back to you, right? So just, I would say like, okay, like I know he's really stressed. I know he's trying not to relapse. He's just had a really hard day. This is how he's handling it. You know, I don't make it about me. So, and it's like self-concept really, it's not like as important as people think it is. Like it is. Like I think your God self-concept is like more important than anything, knowing who you really are. Because like you're the only one saying that I can't get X, Y, and Z because I have a bad self-concept. You're saying that, right? You're assigning the meaning and you're putting your awareness on there's something to fix about yourself when there really kind of isn't. Like, because you're perfect as you are. You're already perfect. You were made in God's image. You were fearfully and wonderfully made, which is my favorite Bible verse. I fucking love that one because, like, you're made perfectly. There's nothing wrong with you, right? But, like, you know, there's a, like, you can look at yourself and be like, oh, I want to be more confident, and that's fine. But, like, don't make it something's fucking wrong with you. Like, just make it something that you would like to improve on. Like, it's not a fucking end all be all, like, you're not gonna get your manifestation because you're not this person. You don't really need to do anything. Like, if you do, or if you want to experience like a healthy, happy, whole relationship and you're insecure, you will be guided and led down a path that will help you get there. But for example, I just want to put this out there. When I was manifesting an SP, I wasn't really focused on self-concept, okay? I wasn't like thinking that I had to do this, that, and the other. I just said, this person I are in a healthy, happy, whole relationship. And it actually happened pretty fast. Or, like, I was getting movement pretty fast, right? Like, I did just give up, and because of one little dumb thing, which is so stupid, but it was happening really fast. Like, I was like, nah, we're together. Like, no, we're just together. Like, I just knew it, and I saw movement, and I was like, okay, like, I didn't have to work on all this self-concept stuff. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to, you know, say what I wanted, and it was coming. But I think why self-concept was important is because the minute that I saw him not texting me like a shit ton, I assigned the meaning that he doesn't like me. And I ruined my whole fucking thing just by doing that. I probably could have had it like a long time ago, but you know, I fucking just assigned a stupid fucking meaning to it, and I started believing that that meant. So that's kind of why they say self-concept's important. It's not required to manifest, but it's like, if you're believing from something so small that means that, you know, this person doesn't like you, then there's probably something like that you're believing still about yourself, like, you know, and that's being reflected back to you. And if I just would have listened to the triggers or like the anxiety and all that, I would have had it 100%, dude. It was like there. And I talk about manifestation markers in my other video, and I had put like, I will see colorful planes when my manifestation arrives. This person will say my first name, and he did, and I saw the planes, and movement was coming in so fucking hot. But I fucked that one up. But I didn't technically fuck it up. I only fucked it up because I said I fucked it up. But lesson learned. But your self-concept, like, I feel like if you fall into the trap of like, I need to be fixed, or there's something wrong with me, that you'll continuously have to fix yourself for like ever. Because you're like, if you're looking at your manifestation and assigning a meaning that like, okay, I had a belief that I wasn't chosen and that's why this is happening, then you will continuously put your focus on, I have a belief that I'm not chosen. And then you're gonna keep creating it. So I feel like it's better to be like, I don't have limiting beliefs. I'm perfect as I am now, or as Bashar says, I am who I am, and that's enough. Because it is. Like, it really is. Like, you don't really have to change anything. It's like, I think it is better to believe that you are loved and stuff, but like I said, you'll know when the triggers come up, you'll know. And then you can start asking the questions. And then once you're aware of what's going on inside you, you can change it just like that. Like, okay, I see that I'm feeling like I'm not going to get this. Well, what evidence do I have? Like, challenge those beliefs, right? What evidence do you have that says that you're not going to get this? Well, I haven't seen movement. Okay. And does that mean that things aren't happening behind the scenes? No, it doesn't. Okay, and do you need proof to know that things are working? And if you do need proof to know things are working, then you're not trusting your I amness, and then you're not really aligned with who you really are, right? So you don't need proof, okay? Because if you're needing proof, that's like you're not really putting your trust in the right place. You're putting your trust in your 3D, you're putting your trust in your ego and not your God self. And your God self is where your fucking power is, right? And it's fine to have human moments. It's fine. It doesn't matter. As long as you're like checking yourself, you know, and being like continuously returning to your decision, returning to the state of I know who I am. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what I feel. It doesn't matter what I say. I'm getting what I want. I am enough, and that's it. I am who I am, and that's enough, and that's it. Like, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to try so hard. If I want something, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it when I want it, and that's it. And even if you don't fucking see it in the 3D, you keep just reminding yourself that or keep returning to that state. And it's not like you have to affirm it or persist in it or... It's more of just a fucking reminder. You should be just like chilling, living your life, dude. Like, because everything that you have manifested up until this point, you did manifest it. You did kind of, I don't know if you wanted it per se, but you did manifest it. So just enjoy it. Because like, think about this too. I have all these memories of like when I was with my ex out in like, this like southern, what's wrong? I will in a minute. Can I come in a minute? Could you not put your naked body in my video? Because people will yell at me.
Come here.
Okay, just a minute. I'm almost done. Okay. Okay, I'll come. Come on. Okay, so, but like with my ex and stuff, I would think about like, oh, that was such a good time back then. Like when I was like out there living my life. And when I think back about it, I'm like, damn, I miss those times. I wish I could go back to those times. But like, actually, those times were like, they were just straight shit, dude. They were shit. But when you look back at like your whole life, you kind of miss those memories. So it's like just to fucking enjoy your life for what it is right now. And the more you enjoy what's going on and stop focusing so fucking much on the past, on the present, on the past and on the future, and you just be, dude, shit's gonna come flying in. Like, you should practice being in the present moment a lot and enjoy what you have. And if you can't enjoy what you're having, right, because, you know, it's stressful, then you need to stop and take a second. Just breathe, like, really breathe. Breathe a lot, you guys, because a lot of us get anxiety because we're living in the future, which, like I said, is a signal. It's a signal that you're not aligned with who you really are. You're worried, and worrying is not of God. You're worrying way too fucking much about what's going to happen. And that's not where your power lies. Your power lies in the present moment. Your power lies in being who you are, right? And it's fine. If you, like I said, it's fine because you're human. We all fucking do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. It's just, I just want you to practice being who you really are and being in the present moment. And if you're stressed the fuck out because your life fucking sucks, that's fine. But if that's the case, practice gratitude. Do 100 things you're grateful for. And it seems like it's hard, but we really have so much to be grateful for. Like, at the end of the day, like, I could think of like 500 things I'm grateful for right now. I'm grateful for the couch I'm sitting on. I'm grateful that, like, I have so many viewers. I'm grateful that I am in this house. I'm grateful I have heat in my house. I'm grateful for my cats. I'm grateful that I have clothing to wear, because a lot of people don't have fucking clothes. They don't have houses. So there's always something to be grateful for. And when you're grateful for what you have, that puts you in the present moment too. And that really, really helps get rid of the anxiety. and all the icky shit. And I'm grateful for my loud, cute little child over there. But yeah, practice gratitude, because I know a lot of people have a hard time with meditating. Meditating would be great. It's not required, but practice getting away from focusing so fucking much on out there. That's the problem. You're focusing way too fucking much on out there. What's gonna happen? Is this gonna come? Like, you're focusing in the wrong spot, right? You need to focus more on your I amness. Remember I told you the little ball of light, that's little happy land where everything's fulfilled and everything's great? That's where you need to put your focus. Within. On the present moment. Where all things are already good, right? Not out there. Out there does not fucking exist. And when people say, I'm not seeing movement, yes, you fucking are. Go to Happy Land. What's happening in Happy Land? I'm seeing so much fucking movement. Like I said, you're focusing way too fucking much out here and not enough in here. You need to put more focus on in here. Yes, I am. I'm seeing so much movement. It's okay, though, if, like, you see out there and you don't see movement. It's fine. Just keep returning to what you want, right? And it's fine if you slip up, because like I said, you could just switch to the state that, Milo, that it doesn't matter what I think, it doesn't matter what I feel, I'm still going to get what I want because I know who I am. That's literally, just go there. If you can't fucking, like, keep your shit good, just keep jumping to the state that it doesn't matter what I do, it doesn't matter what I feel, it doesn't matter what I think. I know who I am and I'm getting what I want no matter what. I always get what I want exactly when I fucking want it. And you don't have to fucking affirm it into your fucking head constantly. And it's a limiting belief to think that the more I affirm this, the faster it's gonna come. It is. It's a limiting belief, and I have believed it also because one of Sammy's coaches told me that you know, the more you repeat it, the more you affirm it, the faster it will come. I have had experience with, like, things coming pretty fast, though, but it's because I put my awareness on that's how it works, right? So you can make it work for you just by believing that this works for me. And this, I want to stress this so fucking much because, like I keep saying, you keep looking out there to validate you. So if you're saying, I'm assuming that this is working for me, then you fucking immediately look out there to say, is it working for me though? Is it working for me though? You don't look out there. That's not where your power lies. Your power lies with here. This is the real reality. That's not. Right? And how you shift realities is you already are shifting realities because this is the only thing that's real. Your God self, your I am awareness is the only thing that's real. This out here, the 3D, is a fucking illusion, right? So you're already shifting realities in here. And if you can do it in here, you can see it out here. But because we believe in the unfolding and the bridge of incidents, it might take some time. But until we can get rid of those beliefs, or assume that there isn't a bridge of incidents, that there isn't an unfolding, that you just get things instantly, then that's just how it's gonna be. So, it all starts within, you guys. It really does. Like, giving it to yourself first in your awareness. And it doesn't take a lot to impress the subconscious. Like, you can do that really instantly. It's just, as Joseph Ally says, it's the amount of time it takes to express itself is unknown. But I really do think that we all can make it known when we're going to experience it. You know, I think it's just a matter of not believing so much in the bridge of incidents, not believing so much in that this has to take time, because we've been told that for a long time. And I think a lot of us, including myself, kind of feel like, okay, like, I don't really know if it's possible to get it instantly. So we will one day get there though, you guys, because, like, you're going to higher and higher levels of consciousness, right? Like all the time. We're just getting higher and higher and higher, and we're figuring it out, and we're figuring it out, and we're figuring it out. And eventually we're going to get back to our true selves, which I think is what the new earth is, where it's heaven on earth, which is your God self expressing itself fully as it is, you know, in full love, all of that, right? Eventually we'll get there. So like, you don't need to stress. Like, eventually we'll figure out how to like manifest actually instantly, to where like if you want $500,000 in your hand and you snap your fingers, it's in your fucking hand. So you don't even need to worry about it. But for right now, just take your little baby steps and work on like, you know, practicing showing up as God and knowing who you really are and trusting that, because right now it's like a lot of people aren't trusting that at all. You're trusting your 3D way more, and there's literally nothing out there, okay? It's just atoms, and the way you're looking at these atoms and perceiving them and assigning a meaning is what is changing their forms. And that's what I mean. It's all really just a belief. Your belief is like changing the atoms to be the way you want, but it doesn't exist. Your imagination, your God self, your I am awareness is what really exists, and I can't stress that enough. And when you're stressed, you're anxious, you're not putting your faith in God, and it's okay, because you're a human and humans do that, and that's fine. You're having a human experience. Just practice it. Practice being more present. Practice gratitude. Practice showing up as the God self. Practice trusting yourself. That's your job right now, is to just keep practicing showing up as God, not believing those thoughts. And when because they're just fucking thoughts, just don't believe them. When you start believing them, you'll know, because you're gonna get anxiety, you're gonna start feeling icky because you've been dwelling in those thoughts too long. You'll get the anxiety. Self-soothe, ask what's going on. What is it? It's fear, right? You're fearing something. So what is it? False evidence appearing real. There is no evidence. Like, you know, I guess you could say, you know, oh, my SP hasn't talked to me in years. It doesn't mean anything about you. You're assuming that it does. And that's why it's showing up still, because you're assuming it's about you, when it could just be like that person's going through some shit, that person doesn't feel good enough for you, but because you're assigning the meaning that it's because you're not good enough. Well, guess what? That's what's going to keep showing up, is you feeling like you're not good enough, because you're attaching your identity to something that's not even real. It's not even real. And you're attaching a meaning to it because you've believed something about yourself for so fucking long. So stop fucking believing it. Tell yourself.
Hungry?
You hungry?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make you something. Yeah, keep telling yourself, dude, that you are good enough, because you fucking are. You're literally the only fucking person in this reality. So who the fuck else are they gonna choose? How are they gonna tell you no? How are they gonna tell you you're not good enough if you believe you're good enough? If you know you're the only fucking person existing in this reality, how are they gonna tell you no? It doesn't make sense, because you're telling you no. You're saying you're not good enough, so they're gonna tell you you're not good enough. So start telling yourself you're good enough, because there's literally no one else but you. And you're saying, oh, because like me, I'm like, oh, my hair is not good enough. Like, this is why I'm not good enough. My hair, my skin, my eyebrows, my dry lips. That's why I'm not good enough. So every time I see a fucking girl out there that has fucking soft hair, I get triggered, and I'm like, that person's better than me. My boyfriend's gonna want her. Why are we saying that our hair is why we're good enough or not? Would you tell a little kid that? Like, seriously, this is what you're telling yourself, that your hair is ugly. You're not good enough. Your lips are dry. You're not good enough. Your eyebrows fucking suck, dude. Your skin fucking sucks, dude. Stop fucking doing that, you guys. Seriously. I'm gonna stop doing it too, because it's fucking bullshit. And we're only seeing ourselves through that lens because we've been conditioned by, you know, magazines and stuff like that. And that's why I'm like coming like this too. I'm coming like nasty I don't want to say nasty. I'm not coming nasty. I'm coming authentic, okay? Because I want to show you that it's okay. I'm still good enough. I'm still cool. I'm still fun. I'm still lovable. And I'm getting the ick just saying that. I'm getting that icky feeling saying that because there's something inside of me that doesn't believe that still. And I'm gonna self-soothe and talk this. You can't be in my video because people be getting mad saying I'm exploiting you. Alright, anyways, I hope this helped. I love you guys. Know that you are good enough because you fucking are. And that's it. There's nothing else to do. That's it. You are who you are and that's it.